Claude Code is one of the leading AI-powered coding assistants. It comes in 4 flavors. The terminal, the original and most powerful version, which we're going to be looking at in this video. You also have the extension, which you can use in an IDE like Visual Studio Code, which also gives you a familiar chat box. And you also have the desktop app, which was recently updated in April 2026. And then of course you've got Claude Code on the web, which is totally different. It doesn't run on your machine, it runs in the cloud. But we are going to be looking at Claude Code in the terminal. Prerequisites. To use Claude Code in the terminal, you have to have a paid version. Now you can either get the $20 a month or the $200 a month. So that's the Pro version or the Claude Max. But for this, the Pro version at $20 a month would be sufficient. Apart from that, you need a terminal, and fortunately, whether you're on a Mac or Windows, they all come with terminals, so you are good to go. How to install. You can run either of these commands through your terminal. If you're on a Mac or if you're on a Windows, you can see both different versions there, and you do not necessarily need Node.js. Here's the easiest way to install it, and installing it with these, you will get automatic updates. It'll update itself. I'll leave those references in the description. First, run basic commands. I'm going to be using Claude Code in the terminal within Visual Studio Code. Claude Code in the terminal, also known as Claude Code CLI. Here you can see that I already have a folder open. It's called My Claude Playground. And that's just going to enable me to be able to see the files that Claude Code generates. Now we've already done the installation. So now when I come into Visual Studio Code, I'm going to launch my Claude Code and it will have access to all the files that are here. At the moment, there aren't any. So we're going to build a brand new project. You see how it's nice and easy for scaffolding. So I'm going to click on View and down to Terminal. Now I'm on a Windows platform, and as you can see, I'm already inside PowerShell. Now let me just kill that because something was running before. I'm going to do that again. View and Terminal. Good. So here I am inside PowerShell. If you're on a Mac, it will be inside the bash, and that is exactly the same. So let's fire up Claude Code, and to do that, all you need to type is Claude and enter. And here we are. Now I'm going to minimize this so you've got some more space. So now you've got Claude running. When you do this for the first time, it will ask you to log into your account. It will do the authentication. It might even ask you to paste some code into the terminal so that it now remembers you. So you do all that for installation. Just follow the simple rules for installation. But when you come in the first time and you're running Claude, this is what you see. So here it is now running in my terminal. Now let's just do some basic commands here. I'm going to do /help. And that's a nice useful one to do because it tells you some of the basic commands that you can run. So you can see here, if you want to go into the shell mode, you just do the exclamation mark, you're in shell mode. For any of the commands, of which there are many, it's /. If you want to access a file, it's the @sign. And if you want to have a new conversation, then it is /btw. So those are some very basic shortcuts. Now you've also got a list of all your commands, and as you can go down here, you can see, so there you've got add directory. That's one that we will be using later on, and quite a few more. Okay, so that's what the help does. Now to get out of here, I'm just going to click escape, and I'm back to the main place where I can put in my commands. So let's come and do some scaffolding for this project, because at the moment there's absolutely nothing inside it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a README file, a notes folder, and a work area folder. Those are some of the things you should always have, especially the readme.md. So notice what I do inside here. I'm going to put in my command. I'm going to say create me a readme.md, a notes folder, and a work area folder inside there, and off we go. I like these little words that it throws at you as it's going along. Now notice up here you can see it's showing me what is being done. And one of the good things about Claude Code in the terminal, it would always ask for your permission before it creates any files. Now in this case you can either say yes, in that case you'd have to do that to each file it creates, or you could say yes, allow all edits during this session, or no if for some reason you've made a mistake and you don't want it to create that file. In this case I'm going to go for yes as an individual one because I want to see what it is doing one by one. So as you can notice, as it's creating each file, it comes to ask me can it go and create it, and I'm giving it permission one by one. So let's see where it's got to now. So it's now telling me what's happened. It's told me in PowerShell, do you want to proceed? Yes, I'm going to do that. And there off it goes again. You can actually see the token. So you can see now all those files, the file, the README file, and the folders have been created. If I go back to my folders, you can see that they are now all there. So nice and easy for my scaffolding. Any project you make should always have a README file, and a README file tells people, users, about your project. Even a good reminder for yourself. So if I go into my README file, look what it's put there, a playground for experimenting with Claude Code, and it's mentioned the 2 folders that are there. Pretty good. Now we can add more to that as we go along. So there we are for our nice basic scaffolding. Let's come and do some more. Now one of the other things that you should always have in a project is a claude.md, and that's a context file which tells the AI agent how you want your code written, what kind of platform its code is going to be sitting on, and those useful things. Now you do have an option here within Claude Code where you can do /init and it will generate that for you. But because I've hardly got anything here, it's going to have to make a guess. Now here's one of the big advantages of using Claude Code in the terminal. I'm going to just minimize this again for a moment, and I'm going to come back into view and back into terminal. Now in another folder outside this folder, I already have a claude.md, and if you've been working on a lot of projects you probably will. But Claude Code cannot see it because it can only see the files that are in my project. But one of the good things about the terminal is I can ask it to look at files outside this project simply by doing my / and I'm going to say add dir, that is add directory. So I wanted to add another directory that is not already here, and to do this you have to know a little bit about how you navigate around in your directories. / takes you up a level. So that's the folder that I'm in. I've just gone up a level, and now you can see I've got another folder outside it called Claude Code's Terminal. That's the one I wanted to see. So I wanted to see the Claude Code Terminal. Okay, so that's the one I want you to see. And you can see what I've done here. I've now added the Claude Code Terminal as a working directory. So it can now see that folder. And that means what I can now do is I can ask it to copy the Claude MD from the Claude Code Terminal into this project. That's what I wanted to do. Simply put that command there, and off we go. And give that a few minutes. It's probably going to ask for my permission. And yes, you can see it's already bringing it in. It's asking me, do I want it to continue with that? I'm going to say yes. And in it brings it. And that's, let's see what's it doing now. Copied it. Okay, it's copied it. So let's take a look. If I come back into here, there it is, the Claude Code that it has brought over. And let me just click on that. And you can see what I've got in here. So this basically tells me about the project. It tells it about the project, tells it how I want it to act, the technical stack that I'm using, PHP 8, the MySQL, HTML. I want it to use all of those ones. I want it to use vanilla CSS, vanilla JavaScript in whatever it's writing, and also some other information. Now, I'm not going to dwell too much on that. That's a pretty basic thing that you should always do. Now, let's go back into my terminal so I can show you a few other things here with Claude Code. Now I'm going to minimize this to give you some more space. Now if I were to do again to do my Click them right. So inside my terminal, make sure you're good. And I'm going to do /. And if I typed in model, MODEL, it would tell me what models I'm using. And I can select some other models. Now there are different models that you can use. And let me just enter that. And so you can see at the moment I'm using the most powerful one, Optius 4.8. When you set up your Claude Code, it would have probably asked you to choose a background color and to choose a model. But with model, you can come in and change the models that you are using. So that is very handy indeed. Now I'm using Optius 4.3. I could go to Sonnet, which is more or less good for, you know, day-to-day work, but Optius is a bit more powerful. But I wanted to show you the full power of this one, so that's why I've used that one, and I'm going to leave that one as my default. So you can change the models that you want to use. Also, another useful one to have is the /insights, and I'm not going to run that, but that would tell you more about how much tokens you have used and that kind of stuff. So that's also very useful indeed. Now you've also got the help, which I've also looked at, and another good one to know is the doctor, /doctor. And that is particularly useful if you're having any problems in the setup. It will tell you, it will diagnose your setup, and you can see here everything is working okay. I haven't got any problems at all. If you did, it could help you out, give you more information on how to do that. Now, one important thing to note, I'm just going to do enter here to continue, right? One other important thing here to note is that everything I've been typing into this chat now is going into my context window. And this is not tutorial about context window, but context window obviously is all the information that gets sent to the large language model, and if you send it too much information, it can get confused. So from time to time, it's always good to clear your context window, and that's what I'm going to do now, because I want to start to do another little exercise. I'm going to do /clear, and that has cleared that context window. Now we can move on to another little thing I want to show you. Now let's come and build a welcome app, just to show you some of the power that you have in Claude Code. Now, one thing I should mention too is that rather than type everything into here, you can use your voice. That's something that they have added into Claude Code in the terminal recently. And here's how it works. Inside my prompt here, I'm going to do /voice, and if I enter that, now voice has been disabled, so that means voice was on before. So I'm going to do that again, /voice, and now hold spacebar to record. So I'm going to record something. I'm holding down the spacebar. Create an HTML page with the text Hello Coda that moves continuously from the top of the page down to the middle and back up again, looping without stopping. Notice how that was nice and neat? And you could go on and on like that by text, but I want to copy and paste the rest of that in because that's going to be quicker. But to show you, if you've got short commands, you can simply go in there and there we are. And off that goes to do that. And what I've asked it to do now is to create me a page which has got a piece of text going up and down saying Hello Coda. And when the person clicks on the page, it is going to stop, ask for the user's name, and then greet them by name. Now notice it's gone to create that already. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to have to click yes for each page it creates because I am only approving these one by one. Now when you first start, that's probably a good idea because it helps you keep an eye on what is happening. You would, okay, there comes another one, so let's do yes to that. You will notice that it is creating this with JavaScript, CSS. It's going to keep all the files inside the work area folder because that was part of the prompt. But in terms of how it is writing the code, that is part of what was in the claude.md. And after this, we'll be able to look at these pages. So here we've seen quite a lot of useful things it's done. So it looks like it's finished doing all that. It wants me to do a bit of a survey. I'm not going to do that now. Let me come back into my files, And now anytime you see one of those in Visual Studio Code, it means there's a file not saved. So I'm going to go File, Save All, just to make sure my files are saved. I asked it to save this into my work area, so I am going to go into the work area. Remember, we just created this work area. There was nothing inside it before, just like it created the notes folder. There shouldn't be anything inside there apart from the its reference file. Okay, so inside here, that is the file that it has just created. So here's my index page that it's created, and let me just close down the terminal. So here's the page it's created, and if I right click and I go to view page, view opening default browser, and there it is, Hello Coder, and I'm going to enter in my name. And that hello daily to the world of coding with AI. It was as simple as that. Now I did want that to stop. Okay, so this hello coder should have disappeared. So let me just make some more space here, and I am going to view this again in my browser. And now there it is. Okay, I'm going to click on you. Now it disappears. I think I didn't click on it before, actually. That is why. And now I put in my name, and now it says hello daily to the world of coding with AI. Okay, so there you are. Let's have a quick recap. So what we've gone over now is we have seen that Claude Code comes in 4 flavors, and we've looked at the terminal. That's the main thing. We've looked at the prerequisites. You need a paid account to run this. We've looked at how you can install it. We've looked at running some of our first commands. One of the ones we used there was the add directory. That's something which is quite unique in the terminal. You'd find that hard in other flavors of Claude Code to do that, where you can jump from one project to another and bring in files. We also looked at the /help, the /doctor, the /clear. All those are very important. The /insights. And that is Claude Code in the terminal. Please play about with it. It's very powerful, it's very useful, and I'm sure you really enjoy it. It will complement your Claude extension, which you probably are already using, and if you use it along with Visual Studio Code, you'll find it very effective and efficient in helping you generate code. Thank you very much. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in another video.